Dee1, what up?
Should be kind of loud in there. There we go. Yo,
What's going on, man?
what's up, y'all?
How you doing?
All is well, all is well. So y'all can see me fine?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. See and hear, all good. So everything is starting up at, is it 7:45?
Yeah, we're gonna officially kick off at 7:45. Yeah.
Gotcha. So we early. All right, all good. Nice to meet everyone. I'm Dee1. It's a pleasure to meet y'all.
For sure. You too.
You as well.
Yes, indeed. And then, so y'all are going to, let me see. Y'all are gonna be live on the church's IG page.
And we're all going live on our individual pages too.
Gotcha. I'm gonna do that as well. I'm trying to see, are y'all going live the whole time on y'all individual pages?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's live now.
Yeah.
Everyone's already live.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So everybody, what's up, bro? What's up, Lamont?
What's good, bro? How you doing, man?
All is well, bro. So everyone is already live. So everybody, I see myself on your phone behind you. Okay, that's great.
I got the bootleg set up. What's good?
I see it.
What's up?
All right, bet. So when we get, so right when we get to where we're gonna be fully broadcasting live, I'll do that as well. Because what I'm gonna do though is if the church's IG page is gonna be broadcasting it, then what I'll do, I'll go live for a few minutes on mine, but I'm gonna tell my people after I get them engaged and into it, I'm gonna tell them, so hey, you wanna watch the rest of it? Go right now, go on the church's IG live, because that's where it's broadcasting at. So that way, the goal is to, to get some people from on my page to on y'all page, you feel me?
For sure.
Yeah, so we'll rock and roll like that. All good. All right, so we got about 10 minutes. We have anything that we needed to really go over prior to that or no?
I got a question, bro. Did you anything you wanted me to add in your bio? I'm gonna do the introduction for you. I pretty much know what to say, but do you have anything you want me to specific? I know you have an album coming out. Anything else you want me to add to this?
Nah, bro, not really, man. Whatever, just speak from the heart, whatever. And I don't need this big illustrious introduction. I think that yeah, man, like we trying to get the people as much knowledge and as much wisdom as we can impart on them. So this ain't about me having a 12-line bio as opposed to a 10-line bio.
I dig it. Yeah, that's dope. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you, bro.
Yeah. Oh, good. So we're gonna start up in 10 minutes, and if there's anything, I'm about to warm something right quick. So if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna turn my little video off for about 5 minutes. I'm about to warm something. You heard me? Eat something right quick, and then I just want y'all to see I'm here. I'm here. So I'm here. I'm not tardy. I'm here. So we all good. All right.
Do what you do, bro.
I see y'all later.
All right.
Lamont, you might want to kick it off because you're already live, brother.
Okay. Yeah. So everybody good to go. All right. So here we are. Welcome everybody. Welcome. I'm Lamont the Shield, aka Jesus Gang. I'm representing the Great Beyond the Walls Church Ministry. It's a ministry. It's a church. It's a brotherhood, a sisterhood. It's a family. Most importantly. basically we had this idea. A group of us. Pastor Brian Brown was the orchestrator in this. He gave us the platform in order to start a church specifically geared towards young adults, and basically it's a way to we can be with one another, be calm, and we can spread God's word in style. So I love what we do here. I have nothing but respect and love for everyone in the group. Everyone's a leader in their own right, and I'm very appreciative to be a part of this ministry. Now I'll have also the great pleasure of introducing a brother of mine, Dee1. Let me tell you something about Dee1. He really practices what he preaches. He has a mantra called "Be real, be righteous, be relevant." And basically, the way that he speaks is all how he acts on stage. That's how he is in real life. I had the pleasure of meeting him when he opened up for Lecrae at Howard University a couple years ago. And he took a picture with me. My sister LaVon got me hip to his music, and I've been a fan of his for a long time. He's dropped albums and been on tours, and he's done a lot of great things. Being real, being righteous, and being relevant. So I have nothing but the utmost respect for him. And we even have a song together called Praise Party. So I'm just blessed to call him a friend, associate, and all around good guy. So and also don't forget he's from New Orleans, so he has that Southern hospitality. So nothing more I can say, but please welcome the great Dee1.
All right, and while we get everything in order and wait for everybody to join, we're going to kick things off in about 7 minutes or so. Let's see, I want to do just like a quick introduction of the team, of our team members at Beyond the Walls. First and foremost, my name is Brian Brown II, that is. And the voice you just heard from, Lamont DeShield, is one of my great friends, more like family at this point, really. He's an up-and-coming artist, goes by Jesus Gang. He's a business owner and innovator, and he has one of the biggest hearts. He's just a solid dude overall. We have Cody Glaudet on the call, which is my blood cousin. We've been at it since we were little kids. He's also an up-and-coming artist. Him and Jesus Gang actually perform a lot of work together, and Cody Glaudet is his manager, so they work hand in hand. And Cody's also a business owner too. If you ever need your car detail, wash, wax, anything in the DMV area, make sure to hit up my guy Cody Glaudet. We also have Eric on the call. This is like a mentor, brother figure to me. He's helped me a lot in my professional career, and the sky's the limit. Hopefully we will be working on big applications at some point in the future. He's a real good dude, and successful at that too. And we also have the lovely Jessica on our call with us as well, Jessica Jones. She's one of the hardest working women I know. She's always, present, engaged, putting in work, providing for her family, and, doing the right thing, really. So if you need an image of somebody to be like, goals could be Jessica. So that's a quick intro for the team. Let's see, we got a few minutes left. So one of the things I want everybody to remember during this call is we're gonna have some giveaways. And so if you wanna be a part of the giveaway, I need you to go to Beyond the Walls Church Instagram. So you're gonna go to BT Walls Church on Instagram. You're gonna follow us. Like the most recent picture. Also follow us on Facebook at Beyond the Walls Church. And then under that recent picture on the Instagram, you're gonna comment done. And then once you're able to comment done, we're gonna pick 3 to 5 lucky winners at the end of today's discussion, call, stream, whatever you wanna call it. And you will receive a $25 cash prize. So stay tuned for that. But you gotta follow the steps. I'll remind everybody shortly what that actually looks like. But let's see. Also, before we get into things, we're not able to do this on our own, and we accept support. And if you have it in your heart today to potentially be able to donate to our cause, bringing young adults together, giving a safe haven for people to, be themselves, come together, explore their journey with Christ, and figure out, how we can be together and unified in a time that's, a lot of changes going on. We don't necessarily know the immediate future. We are accepting donations. I say that to say you can cash app us at $ BTW 180. And we'll just give it about, a few more minutes and let some other people come in the call, and we'll get started at 7:45.
Hey, are y'all gonna be going live on the church's Facebook page simultaneously?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so y'all gonna be on the church's Facebook as well. Okay, cool. What would be more beneficial to y'all if I went on IG Live and told people to go to y'all IG Live and peep out the rest of it, or if I went on my Facebook Live once we're up and running and telling my Facebook people to go to y'all Facebook page and check it out? Y'all got an opinion on that?
I go with IG. I mean, I don't know.
We go with the IG.
Yeah.
Y'all go with the IG? Okay.
Yeah.
I know that's where I spend the majority of my time, but I feel like we're trying to get the youth involved, so probably IG. You think?
IG, yeah.
Okay, yeah, depending on who you're trying to get involved. For whatever reason, I have like the same amount. I got a little more people on my Facebook page than on IG, so when I go live, I get more people on my Facebook Live than my IG Live, but it's a different crowd for Facebook for sure. It's a little older audience, so fully understand. All good. Y'all holding up pretty well. Everybody at the church and the whole team. Like y'all making a good transition to everything being remote and digital now.
We trying to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's new. It still doesn't feel like 100% real, but we're here now, and so I feel like everybody's trying to adapt and be as fluid as possible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Let's see.
Hey, bro, Dee1, I wanted to ask you a question real quick.
Yes, sir.
I got a suggestion. You said New Orleans artists that should be on your Corona Clap remix, right?
Right. So I'm gonna tell you what I haven't told social media, which is the remix is done already.
Okay, smart man.
I just wanted to get I might actually drop it tonight. It's funny.
Okay.
But what you about to say?
I was gonna make a suggestion of a New Orleans artist. I thought it was gonna be dope if you could get. I don't know if you and Lil Wayne are on like terms, good terms now. That's a suggestion. I was also thinking about. How would you feel to do music?
Boosie? So Boosie is from Baton Rouge technically, but
True.
But
Right.
me and Boosie have a much better relationship. Me and Wayne, we don't have a bad relationship. We just don't have a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Me and Boosie, like it's actually a lot of love there, and we got a mutual friend, one of his cousins, who's real tight, and that would be interesting, bro. That would be real interesting.
Right.
That's some good suggestions, bro. But it's done already. I'm gonna explain why I chose who I chose and all that.
I can't wait. Cause I was thinking in my head, I know it's not New Orleans. I don't know why I thought it was New Orleans, but I was thinking in my head that would be a dope track because of his following. They would get a different perspective, and then because you switch each other's audiences, and they're loyal to Boozy, and your friends are loyal to you. That could like be something crazy.
Yeah, nah, that definitely will be. So hopefully we're gonna do another song together because yeah, man, he definitely has the streets.
Yeah.
Listening to him. Hey, is this distracting, by the way?
Nah.
You're fine.
This ain't all right, cool.
All right, man. So, just to, I don't know if you heard the introduction of like the team, but just so you know, like who's going to be asking you the questions, we got a few people on the call, as you can see. We got Lamont, Jesus Gang. You already know him pretty well. My cousin Cody Glaudet, they work together all the time. Him and Jesus.
What's good, bro? Well, yeah, Kodo, I see you. All right.
Yeah, and we also got my boy Eric. He's like a mentor brother to me. He's one of the team members as well.
What to do? Well, yeah, Eric, I see you, bro. What up, man?
And we got Jesse.
Hey.
Hey.
So if you're fully ready and prepared, D1, we're gonna go ahead and start this panel discussion, man, and see if we can pick your brain about some things, learn about your story, and figure out what you've been up to during the quarantine, if that's okay with you.
Of course, man. Let's get it in. Let me shift angles real quick. Hold on one second.
Gotta let the light hit, right?
Yeah, funny. Hold on now. There we go. Yeah, I think all good, brother. Whenever y'all ready, and then and I'll go live in a second. Yep.
All right, so we just gonna jump right into this. First of all, let us say thank you for you taking out, time out of your schedule. I know we all cooped up in the house and work and all craziness, but we appreciate you for, just giving us a little bit of this time just to see what we're up to, what we got going on, and try to get some more people, knowledgeable, understanding what's happening and what we're trying to do and how different ways to cope with what's happening right now. So we're going to jump into this. So for people who aren't familiar with you and who you are, just give us a little background about yourself and what it is that you do and how you actually got started doing what you do.
Sure. My stage name is Dee1. My birth name is David Augustine Jr. Currently, I'm a rapper. But before being a rapper, I was a teacher. So I got into the rap game because I was attracted to the platform. I saw how powerful a 16-bar verse could be in a young man or a young woman's life. So I wanted to get into this industry and have the heart of a man trying to fulfill the purposes God has for my life. So I figure if I use the platform of being an artist and couple that with being diligently in pursuit of what God wants from me, I thought that I could use the music industry to actually make some change in the world. So I think I make some pretty dope music. It's allowed me to get a pretty big fan base, and it's allowed me to. They said your gift, will make room for you and put you, before great men. And I've been in front of great men, some great women, just so many doors that have opened up, and I know that they opened up because I chose to use my gift for God's glory. You heard me? Yeah, that's
dope.
Yeah.
I think we all can agree with that. Majority of us have been raised, and, we all try to go our separate ways and find what is our gift. That's what some of us young adults and youth struggle with. What are we here for? What are we trying to do? So that's dope. God always said he'll make room for you. He'll make your gifts make room for you. And he does that each and every day. So what obstacles did you have to overcome to be successful? Like, what are some of those things that you was just like, man, I know what it is that I'm trying to do here. I know, what I want to do, but I'm just going something not feeling right. But how did you overcome those things, and how did it work out for you?
Of course, the main obstacle I had to overcome was self-doubt. And it's hard to believe in yourself when you're going against the grain. It's real hard to believe. And I'm talking about, it's a difference between walking through a door and bursting through that door with confidence. You know? And it's hard to have that confidence to where you burst through a door if you don't truly understand why you're special. So I started to look at it like, yo, I'm already a champion just because I figured out that that doing God's will, you know, with my life is already winning the main battle that we fight down here, which is, are we gonna succumb to what we want, or are we gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna be a slave to what God wants from me. And once I made that decision, I had to realize that I'm already a champion because of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I got to the point where the self-doubt, once that stopped holding me back, then the next big obstacle that I've had to overcome, the people who you want to support you aren't always the ones who are gonna support you. And sometimes that'll mess your head up.
That hurt.
That'll hurt you, yo. When it's like, look, I know who I do this for, and I know the people I want to be the most proud of me and the most hyped, you know, for seeing me handle my biz and use my gifts. And those people are not the ones who are your biggest cheerleaders sometimes, and that's tough. But in the end, it's okay, because it's not about who we want to reach. It's about who we are most equipped to reach. And sometimes that's two different types of people. You know, God called us to reach different people. Stay. I don't want to interrupt. I'm talking to my people on live. To everybody that's on live watching me right now. Right now I'm doing a special dope Instagram live. Let me flip my screen so y'all can see. See that on Zoom. We're on the Zoom call. Y'all see me. Y'all see my man Cody. Y'all see my man Lamont. You heard me? Y'all see Jessica. My man Brian, he's somewhere here. I don't see Brian on the side of my screen, but I know he's in this thing. And so we talking right now. They're from Beyond the Walls Church. And hold on, let me flip. So if y'all want to hear the rest of this, I'm gonna stay on here for a few minutes, but y'all go to their Instagram to watch the rest of this dope conversation. Jessica, plug the Instagram right quick.
The Instagram is BTW Church. That's our Instagram. So at BTW, B as in boy, T as in Tom, W as in wall, church is our Instagram plug.
Yeah, the rest.
The BT Walls Church.
BT Walls Church.
BT Walls Church. Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, now you know I'm gonna make fun of you after this call.
That's fine.
For not knowing the name of your church's Instagram. Hold on, cowboy. All right, there we go. So I just pinned that comment, so they're gonna do that once I get off of this live. But anyways, so I'm here. All right, keep going. I apologize.
So yeah, that's dope. The people that we want to support us the most, you know, we kind of see them in the background, and then the ones that we don't really know, they support us the most. I think a lot of us can agree with that when we're doing little things and, you know, starting new businesses and stuff. The ones that we cling to the hardest are the ones that don't really, but like you said, we're supposed to reach the ones that we're supposed to reach. So what's for us is for us. So I'm going to pass this on to Cody or Brian.
Cody will be next, but I got a comment just, you know what I'm saying, just to add something to that. That's definitely super tough, man. And the thing about it is, a lot of the times the people that do actually, you know, have the most love for us, it's not that they don't want to support us sometimes, but sometimes they cast their own fears onto us, and they don't want us to get hurt or crushed or our dreams get ruined. And, you know, it can be a combination of things. And it's not that they don't love us or, you know what I'm saying, have our best interest in mind, but they might not be able to see the vision. And so it comes off as if they're not 100% supportive of what you're trying to do. Because, you know, a lot of times we have these big goals, and the only person that can see the vision as 100% clear as you can is you. And so I definitely agree with that, Dee1. It's just, it can be challenging in the beginning. Just trying to figure out, you know, who's going to have my back, who's going to be able to, you know, support me doing this, who can I really count on, kind of thing. So I agree with you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Cody, you can go ahead and take it over for the next question, bro.
All right. So since the coronavirus has started, what's your biggest challenge, I guess, towards your career, like financially? Have you took like maybe not a hit, but what's changed? Like, has the hustle changed, or what's changed?
The biggest challenge to my career since the coronavirus has started is I've had to totally change my entire business model because most of my business revolves around me being able to get booked to do live events. You heard me?
Right.
Conferences, speaking engagements at schools, at churches. You know what I'm saying? Like for big companies. By there being no more live events, I've lost over 6 figures in income. You heard me already, just because I had a tour. The tour was gonna start the very next day, bro. I was in Atlanta, about to fly to Raleigh, North Carolina to start this tour. The whole tour got canceled instantaneously. You know, this came out the blue. So that's a lot of income, a lot of opportunities to make new fans and to speak to and connect with my existing fans that got taken away from me, bro. Everything I was doing up until like August, man, like all that stuff has been canceled. So it's a lot of, I'm gonna just tell y'all this. Yeah, it's a lot of money that just like has gone down the drain at this point. And when you're a rapper, it's not like you get a salary to where it's like, oh, even if you don't go to work, you can just work from home. It's like, no, it's different, bro. Like you go from being booked for all this stuff to having nothing. So then it's like, okay, luckily, I try to be ahead of the curve. So instantly I started switching my entire business model to where now I'm creating a lot more online content that I can monetize. You heard me? And that's different for me. Some people are used to being like a YouTuber or being people that's like, yo, I do videos all day and I put them online and I make money from them. And for me, it's different figuring out how to still be Dee1 from the crib all the time, you know? So
Right.
I have a new project coming out on Friday called Timeless. So that's dropping Friday. And then don't get comfortable, because after I drop that, I got some more music that's coming right after that. That's exciting. And then I started a Patreon page. And Patreon, it's like Netflix or something. It allows my most loyal supporters to subscribe to me to get exclusive content that the rest of the internet won't get from me every month. Exclusive concerts, quarantine concerts from the crib, exclusive podcasts, music before everybody else, and then they pay like a subscription for that. But it's actually been working well, and I'm just getting used to all this stuff and building it up. So, good question.
Okay.
Great question.
All right, so we can. That's crazy, man, because I feel like I was thinking about that. You know, more as soon as this thing happened, I felt for artists, because I'm like, in today's society, in today's game, I feel like y'all bread and butter is those live events, those live interactions with people, and just being able to connect with people in public. You know what I'm saying? So I feel for you on that note. But I'm like, you know, the strong gonna survive and they're gonna adapt. And so I like that you got, you know, different plans and agendas going, figuring out how to make it work. Because anybody can sit around and sulk, but if you're gonna make it happen, you gotta make it happen, you know? So
yeah, you gotta make it happen, bro. So I'm really not complaining, and I hope that I got my people on my live right now. Y'all go to BTW's church if y'all want to see this whole convo. I'm just gonna stay on here for a couple more little minutes, you heard me? But like my man Brian said, let me flip the camera so they can see. Like my man Brian said, y'all, it's a situation where life has changed drastically for a person like me, but I'm not as worried about me as I am the people that I'm a leader for, because I know that there's a lot more people who are like, man, I'm looking to Dee1 to give me some inspiration, give me some motivation, drop some music, drop some messages that's gonna really speak to my spirit and keep me positive now. So they're not worried about like, man, I'm trying to hear Dee1 come on here and complain every day about how all his shows got canceled and all his bookings got canceled. Nah, like, so you're not even finna hear that from me. And the only reason I addressed it is because I'm being respectful for my man Cody asking me the question. But other than that, I'm not even really talking to people about what I'm missing out on. You know, I don't feel like it's about that right now. Like it's for the first time in my life and for the first time in my mama and daddy's life, The whole world is going through the same thing at the same time. But we can all relate to one another. Like, I lost my grandma 2 months ago. Some people on here may have lost a grandparent and they could relate to that, and some people never lost a grandparent. Guess what? That's how the cycle of life works. The fact that we can all relate to the same thing at the same time, there needs to be more unity amongst the human race than ever before in history. And that's why I'm doing stuff like this. Let me flip the camera so everybody can see y'all. Y'all see all the faces right there, y'all. That's why we connecting. They way in the DMV. Y'all know I'm a New Orleans boy, you know what I mean? So we in different parts of the country, but we can all relate. We're going through the same thing at the same time. So yes, I'm thankful to all the young adults, you know, who the church, if the church doesn't step up now, then people who don't believe in God or people who are skeptical about the church, they're gonna be like, well, when we really needed leaders, we didn't hear anything from the church. So when things get back normal, why should we be worried about the church or God then? So I'm glad that venues like this are showing people that the church really is stepping up there.
Exactly, man. And I didn't want to make it seem like you was complaining at all. I think it's natural. You gotta acknowledge the situation first, but then you decide what you want to focus on. And clearly, you focused on how can you make the best of the situation, bring people together, bring new fans on board, as well as keep your core fan base in the loop and connected and intact with you as well. So I can dig that for sure. And yeah, like that's the whole purpose of what we're doing here, man. Like we're Beyond the Walls Church, right? So our goal is to bring young adults together outside of the four walls of the sanctuary, because as you know, like yourself, worship can be in many different forms. It's music, writing, the word, scripture, spoken word, anything, you know what I'm saying? Painting, artistry, like it's so many different forms. So like, I 100% agree with you, man. I'm gonna pass it to Eric and he's gonna shoot you another question.
There we go.
What's going on, man? So like with the whole pandemic that's going on, how have you been blessed during this whole time?
How have I been blessed? How have I been blessed during a time where a lot of my obligations have been restricted or taken away from me? What's happened is I realized that a lot of the activities that I was involved in, although they had me busy, they weren't necessarily purposeful, you know? So it's actually helped me to eliminate a lot of distractions, because I think about on a daily basis how much I would just be riding around in my nice whip and just, you know, or go and catch a flight somewhere and doing things that's like, all right, I have a show to do, but that show is gonna take about 2 hours. But what about all the other time that I'm spending in these cities or traveling? You know, what am I actually doing? And a lot of times I realize that, man, it's a lot of wasted time that I would have, that I'm just kind of sitting there doing nothing. And now I can't waste that time doing nothing, because I can legit see every single day that my days are either gonna be real boring, it's gonna feel like the same four walls, the same exact activities, or it's gonna be stuff to where I gotta be proactive about being purpose driven, you know, and that's caused me to be more organized than ever before. Like every day I got a to-do list planned of all the things that I have to get done. And I'm having to look in the mirror and say, if I don't do it, I have no excuses. I can't blame it on I got busy today, or I had to go run this errand, or I had to catch this flight. I can't do it. So I think that's a great thing, is that it's okay to acknowledge if it's like, you know what, I'm kind of lazy. Because guess what? If you acknowledge that you're kind of lazy, and if you see that during this quarantine time, it's okay. This is an opportunity to change that though, you know? Like it's okay to acknowledge your reality, but don't get comfortable with your reality if you don't like it. So it's okay to acknowledge, yo, I need to do better about, you know, making time to speak to my family. Guess what? That's okay if you hadn't been making enough time. The fact that we're going through what we are right now, you have time to prioritize that. You got time to prioritize reading the word, you heard me, reading the Bible more. Like we can literally shape our future during a time like this. So that's what I'm most excited about that's my blessing during this time, bro, for real.
Definitely, man.
Look, and I don't want to throw y'all. I'm reading some comments from in my live. So somebody said, they said, this is so true. I'm trying to write my dissertation and I have no excuses, but it is a struggle. I feel it. Like somebody sitting there like, yo, like, I really can't blame it on anything else. I've had to acknowledge in my own life, like there's some things that I will try to find every excuse in the world not to do. Even when I'm stuck inside all day, I still will be like, oh, hold on, I gotta call my grandpa before I do this. Or hold on, I need to check on my mama too. Let me call my mama. Or let me do some push-ups right quick. Anything to get away from doing certain things. And it's okay because I'm acknowledging that stuff and I'm not wanting to get stuck there. So it's it's helping me to change. But that's what somebody said in the comments. Let me see. Somebody else said transparency is key. That's love. They said, where is this church located? They want to know where the church located at.
So we're in the DMV area. We kind of travel around because we know beyond the walls, but we're based in Alexandria, Virginia. So right next to the DC region, like Northern Virginia.
Okay, believe that.
One thing I wanted to say, that I completely agree with you, man. Like I was telling my cousin this a few weeks back. Like this time tells you about yourself. It tells on you. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't run from yourself during the quarantine because you got all this time for introspection and just figure out, what makes you tick. And, it's your job to figure out, am I gonna let that stay the same or am I gonna do something about it, acknowledge it, and either try to improve, subtract time here, add time here, whatever the case may be. So I'm on the same wavelength as far as that goes, man.
So one thing I had wanted to say was that also that I learned in this time that I'm a procrastinator a little bit. So like you were saying, like I gotta find every reason to do something else except what I need to be doing. So I believe that God is using this time to get our attention. And so we just have to pay attention to what's happening around us each and every day. So that's good.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one who discovered that about myself. They're like, dang, I'm a procrastinator sometimes. When it's something I don't want to do, I'm a procrastinator. But when it's something I want to do, I'm on it ASAP. Everybody on Instagram Live, y'all go to their page and go peep the rest of this convo, all right, y'all? So I just logged off my IG Live, told everybody to go over there.
Okay.
But yeah. But we now we Gucci. So where we at? My bad. I'm about to get on Facebook.
Got you. When you go on to your Facebook or whatever you're gonna do next, one thing you can remind people, we're doing a giveaway at the end of the call.
The giveaway, yeah. Now has anybody revealed what the giveaway is? Some people were wondering. They were like, what exactly is the giveaway? And I didn't want to speak out of turn, so I didn't reply to these comments that I saw.
It's a $25 cash giveaway for 3 to 5 people. Okay. All you gotta do is follow the Instagram, like the picture, and comment done underneath. It's actually the video you posted. We reposted on our page.
Gotcha.
So, like the picture, follow the page, comment done. We're gonna find you at 9 o'clock when it's all over, and get you that bread.
Gotcha.
But whenever you're ready, man, I got a 2-part question for you. Let's see what your thoughts are on this, man. So I wanted to ask you, the first part of the question, what do you think, coming into the quarantine, now that you've had some time to be, a part of this pandemic as the whole country has been, what do you think prior to the quarantine started that you took for granted that you didn't really know was going to affect you this much?
Man, that is an amazing question because prior to this pandemic, I didn't appreciate the value of being able to interact with other human beings in person. nearly enough. Like I just took it as I actually took it to where I would sometimes try to duck people because I wouldn't want to interact with them, and I'd be like, man, I'm good on that. Like I'd rather be here. I'd rather just chill by myself. Like that's when my life is the most lit. But now, when you can't interact with other people and it's not even an option, man, that's the hurts because you realize the difference between a computer screen and an actual person, and it's not comparable. You know, like this is a sense of reality, but it is different from the reality of being able to dap somebody off and feel good about it. Not have to dap them off and look at your hand like, hold on, man, hold on, bro, what you know what I'm saying? Like that, yo, I miss that stuff, yo. Like I legit miss just being able to dap people off, hug people. I mean, my grandpa, yo, like my grandpa is 90 years old, and right now, like I'm not able to see him because that's technically the safer thing right now is for me to not potentially go around him and endanger him. Wouldn't have thought that in a million years, you know. So I think it's kind of like this is all right. When people get locked up and do time behind bars, the goal is that they'll learn something from that time behind bars, that they will eventually be ready to be released. And when they get back out there into society, not only are they more complete because hopefully they've healed and thought about what they did, but hopefully they appreciate the liberty of freedom even more than they did before. Like they appreciate just being free, meaning that they won't do things that'll land them back in jail. That's the goal, and that's the hope and the prayer for anyone who's locked up. This is another form of lockdown right now, you know, and it's not that any one person did anything to cause this, so I don't want anyone thinking that, because I know when Hurricane Katrina hit my city, New Orleans, I know my grandpa, for example, my grandpa questioned himself a lot, thinking like, what did I do that caused this to happen to my family and to my loved ones? So, and I had to tell him, like, Papa, this was not something that you did. This is much bigger than any one of us. So don't think that it's a you thing. So no one should think that one thing they did caused COVID-19. But people should look at it like we all have things that we were doing that weren't in line with how God would have wanted us living and behaving and thinking pre-COVID. And COVID is just an opportunity for us to sit down and have lockdown to a certain extent, because we should come out post-COVID even better. And I think that when I say better, I'm talking about holistically. Like we have time right now to make connections like this. We have time to think about the hierarchy of our lives and what's truly at the top of our lives. Is it God? Is it Jesus? Or was it just managing our Instagram pages and focusing on getting money by any means necessary? Like what's the true totem pole when it comes to the hierarchy of our lives? And if we needed to change that, now is an opportunity.
Definitely, man. I feel like we got a few things in common for sure, because I'm on the same flow. Like when I was back, when things were normal a few months ago, I've been lucky enough to gather a lot of friends during my lifetime, but a lot of times I would take for granted just being able to link up with people and meet them in public and spend time with individuals. And so I would definitely be ducking people sometimes for no good reason other than just being by myself, you dig? And so, like, I can resonate with that for real, because it's like a lot of the times I could have been like, it wasn't necessarily just a regular one-on-one hang. Like I could have been going to support somebody, doing something like that, doing something that they, love, or being there for somebody. I don't know if they wanted to hang for regular personal reasons or if they were going through something. So it's like, definitely can't take that for granted after going through something like this.
Also, bro, what we can't take for granted is life could legit be over with any day now because we're not in a space where we don't know people who have been affected by this. At this point, I have 2 family members who have had coronavirus. Thankfully, they're getting better. But 2 blood family members. I have friends who have lost family members. My boy Dennis lost his sister. My partner Landon, his daddy fighting for his life right now. Like I have a lot of actual friends who have been affected by this stuff. But more than that, if we don't know people personally, we know of people at this point. Fred the Godson, he's a rapper. I'm a rapper. So just automatically, anyone that's a rapper, it feels like a community. It feels like, okay, the whole hip hop community, no matter what side of the fence you're on, we all have one thing in common. We love hip hop. The fact that a real life rapper, like an actual rapper, I've seen this dude go from being alive to not being alive because of the coronavirus. That should wake us up as well and have us living with a sense of urgency. Because guess what? You don't get a second shot at being able to give your life to Christ. You know, like that has to happen during this lifetime. That's not one of them things that people should keep putting off if they feel that tugging in their spirit. Like, man, I need to get right with God. I need to get right with God. But you know, I'm gonna get around to it. Like I'm busy. I got this to worry about. Or I got too much work on my plate right now. Don't push the important things off because, like, we fighting against something that's invisible right now, you know, and because of that, we shouldn't be just that comfortable in saying like, man, I'm just chilling. Like I'm gonna get around to this one day, get around to that one day. It's like, nah, the big things that we've been pushing off, let's go ahead on and instead of pushing them off, let's push them to the front.
Hey, real quick. I had a question from my Instagram live. They had a question for D1. And it was, I think it was, I believe it was Denise Chill, which is my mom. She had to ask this question. She said, what can you do to connect to the traditional church and connect to the youth during this time especially, but what can you do personally? I know you said you take your time out of your schedule to talk to, have these conversations with us and other people. What can you do personally to continue to have that outreach?
Yep. So I have to identify 2 different groups. One is I have to identify the people that I can reach all at one time, like how to reach groups of people all at once, but then also identify how to reach individuals, because there's people whose phone numbers I have right here in this phone or right there in that phone over there that I can talk to on an individual level right now and be pouring into them and making sure that that their mind is in a positive, productive space. There's also people that I reach, through a group setting, meaning social media. Like my social media platform is a billboard, for me to be able to speak to people and put messages out there. I do think that it's very important to ask ourselves, like, who were we called to reach? And for none of us should we think that we weren't called to reach anyone, because like every single person on this earth has influence over somebody else. Like everyone does, whether it's your little sister, your little brother, your cousin, your friends who you went to school with or who you go to school with, your kids, or whether it's just fans, online. We all have people, and all these people matter equally to God. So I think it's just about figuring out, it's just like if we were hungry, we would look at, which fruit do I have access to on a tree? If I see a tree that's way across downtown, and if they say, oh, that tree has a lot of fruit on it, well, guess what? I'm not over there though. So does it make sense for me to go way over there to try to eat from that tree? Or do I look at the tree that's right here in my backyard that's like, man, I really have access to these fruit right here. Regardless of how many fruit it is, it doesn't matter. There's fruit right here, and this tree wasn't put in my backyard for no reason. It wasn't put here on accident. Like, this is the tree that it makes most sense for me to pick the fruit from. And it's the same way with human beings, yo. Right now, everybody on this Zoom call, everybody who's watching this has people who we can change their lives right now and plant positive seeds that will blossom in the future. You know, pray for people. It's free to pray for somebody. It's absolutely free to pray for somebody. It's free to call somebody and to impart some positivity into their day or into their spirit. Hey, what's the church's Facebook page too? Because I'm about to be on Facebook Live.
Should be Beyond the Walls Church. Just the all full words.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. All good.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Because yeah, one more question.
Is it Beyond the Walls Christian Ministries?
Let me make sure.
With like a BT?
It's facebook.com/BT Walls Church.
Okay, there we go. All right.
Facebook.com/BT Walls Church.
Okay. All good. All good. All right. But yeah, I'm here.
So yeah, what I think another question I had was for aspiring artists. You know, for example, I can identify with your story. That's how I became a fan. Like I said, being a gospel rapper, this field is very scarce, and if you're really about that life, then you're gonna get hated 10 times more. So, do you have any advice? Somebody on IG said, have any advice for up and coming artists, up and coming creatives, up and coming inventors, what's your advice to motivate people?
What's my advice to motivate, like artists specifically?
Artists, creatives, innovators, anybody. I guess people who have ideas, but like you spoke on earlier how you had to overcome that self-doubt. What else can you add to that, and like specifically creatives and artists to give them some hope, some motivation?
Well, all right, this is not gonna be what people want to hear, but this is the truth, is that a lot of people are trying to be successful by the world's standards. You know, a lot of people are like, yo, I need the fans and I need the numbers that show everybody else that I'm successful to the world. And being successful by God's standards is different than being successful by the world's standards. Like somebody who's a singer right now could be legit doing the same thing with their talent that Travis Green is doing with his talent. So the fact that Travis Green may have millions of people who have heard his music or know him, that doesn't mean that you aren't doing something right. Because in God's eyes, he's pleased that both of y'all are choosing to use your art to glorify him. And that's the reality that a lot of people, I think, don't want to be cool with and confront. So it's a different question if an artist is saying, hey, how do I use this time to figure out how to blow up, you know, in the world? And that's a different conversation about business and about marketing and about strategy and all that stuff. But in terms of just at a core level, just using your gift for God's glory, that's something that shouldn't be difficult to figure out how to do it. Because you know deep down, when you're using your gift, you know if you're doing stuff with your gift that God wouldn't be proud of, and you know if you're doing stuff with your gift that God would be proud of. So it's two different conversations. But for the artists who are also trying to make it in the industry, this is also a time where you can do something called research. Because more than anything, if you're getting into a business, you have to understand the rules of engagement in that business and how people are succeeding. So look at someone who's successful and study what you can see from their blueprint. I would say that's important. But working on your craft is important, but work on your heart as well. Like work on your heart, yo. Because if you work on your heart, at the end of the day, if you work on your heart and use your craft, I think I think that God will be pleased, you know. But if all you do is work on your craft and your heart still needs a lot of work, you might be real good at making the devil proud, you know. Like you might be real good at what your craft is, but you might be using it because your heart isn't right in a way that that the devil is like, yeah, that's the MVP right there. Like keep doing that, because I like how good you rap, but you rapping about all the stuff that's gonna pull people away from God, you know. So you got to make sure your heart is right.
Thanks for answering that. Appreciate you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's good, because I think sometimes we get confused about knowing how to do something and actually practicing to get better at doing it. Sometimes I feel like we give God half all the time. And so what if he wakes up one day or decides, you know what, she gave me half yesterday, I'm just gonna give her half. And now we like, well, why you want to giving me this and this, that, and that? But we do that so much that we have the skill set, but we don't have the mindset to match the skill set. So that's good work. That's good.
Yes, indeed. That's the bar right there. We got the skill set, but we ain't got the mindset. You hear me? For real.
100%.
That's a bar. I say for everybody on my Facebook Live, because y'all deep in this thing. I'm live right now with Beyond the Walls Church. Y'all see everybody right here on this special Zoom call. They're real dope. They're out the DMV area. I want y'all to go onto their Facebook page and you can watch. They said grab a piece of tissue. I don't need no tissue. I got my finger. There we go. But look, it's quarantine season, man. Look, I got some boogers in my nose. Oh well, forgive me. But yeah, y'all make sure y'all go to facebook.com/BTWalls church. You heard me? And y'all can go and check the rest of this dope live out. But yeah, I'm here, bro. What y'all? Where we at?
All right, man. So just being conscious of time, I'm gonna ask you one more question, and then we can go ahead and get ready to wrap things up, man. So kind of piggybacking on the last question I had, talking about what you took for granted, and then what Lamont said in terms of like how can you connect to people. It's similar to both of those questions, but I wanted to know, like, based on what you learned during this pandemic, during the quarantine, like, what is, one thing or multiple things that you for a fact, 100%, as soon as things go back to like normal, so to speak, you gotta do like immediately, or that you plan on doing or starting, getting in effect, anything like that?
Man, let's see. Soon as things go back to where we can move around again and feel safe about it, gotta go visit all my family, all my family. Gotta go do that. Gotta go play some basketball, man. I gotta get back in the gym, bro, to hoop. Like, absolutely, I'm looking forward to that. My jump shot has been quarantined, so I haven't been having to break no hearts in the gym because my jump shot has been quarantined. But and man, I gotta get on the stage, man. Like, golly, I'm tweaking, y'all. I feel like I'm having withdrawals in this thing. Like, I'm so ready to get on the stage and rock a crowd I've been blessed that I've done a living room quarantine concert for the people on my Patreon squad, but ain't nothing like performing on a stage. I've spoken at a digital conference, and I'm actually speaking at something called the Ground Zero Summit this weekend with some of the best and brightest business minds in the world. But I'll be doing that from right here inside the living room. You heard me? That's different. That's different from being able to feel that energy in person. So that's my three things: visit family, get on somebody's basketball court, and thirdly, rock the mic. Rock the mic.
For sure, man. Well, we got 8:30 now, so I want to say personally, I appreciate you coming on here, dropping some knowledge on us, as well as those who tuned in. I wasn't that familiar with you before Lamont had brought you up, like, as a potential guest to join us, but like, first off, we got a lot in common. You're a super solid dude. I could tell your responses, and like I can see where your mental is at. So I appreciate you for being a light. You know what I'm saying, in the world we got. And I wish you the best success going forward. I'm gonna pass it to Lamont if he wants to wrap up anything in particular. But yeah, nice to meet you, man, and I appreciate you for coming on.
Man, it means so much to me, brother, and I'm thankful to all of y'all because this is the young adult ministry. I'm assuming, correct?
Correct.
So everybody that's on here right now, like y'all are the torch bearers right now for an entire generation that has the ability to change the world. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody that has any ounce of youthfulness left in them, like we all have the ability to change the world more so than anyone else. But although we have the most power, we also have the most that we're up against, man. We have the most demons to battle against. We have the most distractions for sure. We're so tech savvy that just our phones, these smart phones, we don't do smart things on them a lot of times. You feel me? And I would say that I gotta thank y'all because making this decision, I know that everybody on this call right now, it's not like, oh yeah, you just live a different life than everybody else in your generation. No, you got the same temptations, you got the same potential distractions, but you're still choosing to say, although I'm not perfect, I'm gonna move forward. And thank you. So unity is important so that no man or no woman ever feels like an island and like they're the only one doing it. So these accountability partners are very important. And I'm thankful to y'all. Like whether it's somebody who's been knowing about me or someone who just found out about me, that all happened according to God's will. So I'm cool with whatever the route is.
You gained a fan tonight, whatever you call it.
Definitely.
Love. Like I said, Friday, Timeless, new project coming out. And Lamont, you gotta get them hip to the old stuff. God and Girl. That's the God and Girl album and Slingshot David. That's my last two albums. And they'll both really, really, really speak to y'all spirit. But it's all love. What you said, Lamont? I can't hear you.
I was gonna say, I think I'll go all the way back to I Hope They Hear Me Volume 2, which is how I got here. Because like I said, it was the Garden of Eden. That's what I think I commented. That was one of my favorite songs. It's the original It's My Turn back in the day. All great songs. If you wanna, in my opinion, if y'all can go listen to those, you'll get a better understanding of how. And then also you're a great freestyler. People sleep on your freestyling. So
thank you.
Yeah, all that.
It's y'all love y'all. Well, I'm like I said, I'm super thankful to y'all. And Brian, I'm assuming so your pops is the pastor?
Yeah, pops is the pastor of the whole church.
Awesome. That's what's up, bro. Well, y'all know I don't want to make any predictions because things are in the air right now. But when I'm back in the DMV, Lord willing, that's before 2024 or something like that. Like I would love to come pull up on y'all for real.
Hey, man, we love to have you, so for sure.
All good. Okay. All right, y'all.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
Have a good one.
One love. All right.
All right, and then for anybody still on the call, anybody still on live, once again, if you want to check out Beyond Walls Instagram page at BT Walls Church, follow the page, like our most recent picture, comment done, and you can get a cash giveaway. And also, if you're not doing so bad financially, you got it in your heart to donate to us. We accepting donations. We're just trying to give back to the youth, bring people together, inspire, motivate, and give people a safe space. Our cash app is $BTW 180. But that's a wrap, man. It's been a really good call. If anybody else has anything to say, feel free. But it was great, I think.
Yeah, man. Appreciate. Congrats to the team for putting this all together. Shout out Pastor Brian for putting this together as well. Like I said, it's amazing when God allows like-minded people to connect, especially to put a platform to expand our mission, and we have equal missions. We're all on the same page. So Good job, team. We all did amazing. I can't wait to hear the feedback, and appreciate all y'all.
Yeah, y'all did good.
All right, well,
Awesome.
then we're gonna go ahead and end it right there. Hope everybody has a good night. Stay healthy, stay lively, stay optimistic, stay faithful, stay prayed up.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Be safe, man.
Be safe.
Bye-bye.